What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what we think is going to be the next big thing for 2026 and 2027. You know, last video, I had Pam break down to you guys part of the thesis of what's going to be going on. And I'm here to, break it down even further and get y'all the top 4 picks that I'm looking at. Fifth, it's like 4 to 6 stocks I'm looking at right now. So what Pam was trying to explain in the last video is the AI agents are up next. Y'all seen Pam. That's an AI agent I made. It can do a lot more than that. Research, trading, fundamentals, technicals, macro. That agent can do all that, and that's something I built. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even a computer programmer. So with that being said, one thing about staying early on stocks is staying early on the underlying business. In this case, it's AI. So that's why you guys seen me stop doing what I was doing for months just to go study AI, just to go study N8N, just to go study these agents. Because now that I'm back and we got agents, we can continue to stay ahead of the game, man. So as far as the market, there's 3-4 big picks, 5 big picks that I'm looking at next year. Now, ironically enough, one of the main picks on this list is actually Palantir. Palantir continues because of the agents, apparently, man. And NVIDIA is going to continue. So, where do the big dogs like NVIDIA and now Palantir, because when we started talking about Palantir, it was a little $8 stock. These days, Palantir is super mainstream. Everybody knows what's going on. Stock 200. Even my haters swear they know who Alex Karp is, but they didn't know who Alex Karp is 3-4 years ago when we figured it out. But Palantir is done mainstream. They're up there with NVIDIA them now. So the risk with a company like Palantir is just strictly valuation. So if you're down with volatility, hold it down. Anyone who watched me on this channel, they seen me hold through all types of ups, downs, all arounds. You know what I'm saying? I still got Palantir shares. I haven't been trading Palantir options as much because the stock done stalled out. We kind of got to the highs. That's why y'all haven't seen me do the YOLO update no more. Because Palantir is not a YOLO no more. Like, it's over with. Like, we won. They lost. Like, it went from 10 to 200. We made ungodly amounts of money on that. And things are going to continue. So, what's next? The agents are coming, and the agents need to get into the infrastructure of these businesses. Because, okay, Pam's great. And Pam's great for me. Pam's great for you, the subscribers. But if a business needs to run a Pam, to do day-to-day business tasks, to check their emails, to do other things automatically, resolve tickets, customer support, things like that, you can't just put raw ChatGPT in a 30,000 person business. You can't put raw Claude or Gemini or a raw agent like Pam inside a 30,000 person business. You're going to have to link up with certain companies. So in order to get an agent like Pam into a major business, there's a few companies you're going to need. First, Palantir. This is what we was talking about way back in the day. Even when it comes to agents, if you don't want your agent hallucinating and saying crazy things and doing things it's not supposed to do, you're going to have to pay Palantir. That's what their business is. Now, us in the real world, we just got to deal with the hallucination, spot them, ask the question again, fact check, double check. That's what we do. But big companies can't do that because there's billions of dollars on the line. You can't have an agent making mistakes with billions of dollars on the line. So you're going to have to pay Palantir to make sure your AI don't hallucinate. NVIDIA is common sense because we need chips to do all this. So those are going to continue to go up. Now, these next picks, some of them are stocks you've already heard of, but they all benefit directly from this AI agent build out that's coming. First, we got Microsoft. Microsoft is integrated in the business stack, the tech stack of these businesses. As the AI agents run out, they're going to be, a lot of them are going through Copilot, going to be going through Azure. So Microsoft stock is going to benefit heavily. And my research, what me and Pam came up with, is Microsoft and Palantir, if our thesis is correct, would be up again next. Microsoft, it might be their time finally, and Palantir should continue. So those are the first 2 picks. Now, this is where it gets a little more interesting. The next pick on the list is actually Service Now. Some people have heard of Service Now. Some people tried to invest in Service Now. but people are really missing what's going on with ServiceNow a lot right now. ServiceNow is a company at the end of the business supply chain. The reason we're interested in them is because when the agents finally get deployed in these businesses, ServiceNow is the main company they're going to have to go through. They're going to have to go through Microsoft. They're going to have to go through Palantir. They might or might not go through Salesforce. That's another subject. We're going to talk about Salesforce. But the end result is this stuff is going to go through ServiceNow. ServiceNow stock is actually down right now on the year. I think it's down 20, 30%, 18%, 30%, something like that. The valuation isn't that bad compared to tech stocks. At one point, I think it was like 50. P's like 90 right now. So it's not even the most overvalued stock in the world. Some people actually think on Wall Street that the agents could hurt them, but I guess they haven't been using them. They don't understand how these things work. So they're not really pricing in what's going on with Salesforce. Not Salesforce, ServiceNow. They're not pricing it in. And this can be another big opportunity because it has a lot of the same similarities that I saw in Palantir and NVIDIA. When ChatGPT came out and I found out that NVIDIA makes all the chips for that, we knew like buy NVIDIA every day. It's NVIDIA copping season. That's what I told my homeboys. When Palantir dropped AIP, I understood, hey, everybody in AI is going to need this. This is one we need to load up on. ServiceNow, believe it or not, is in a similar situation. Not an NVIDIA situation where there's no competition, but it's more of a Palantir situation where there's very little competition and the competition is not that strong at all. In order for AI to get into these businesses, it's going to have to come through ServiceNow. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have Pam do a deeper dive, break down some more metrics, why I feel this way. But, I'm just keeping it real. I'm telling y'all what's going on with ServiceNow. So, with that being said, how are we going to approach this? The thing about ServiceNow is looking like it's going to be a 2026 and 2027 thing. So, I'm going to be looking at this company all throughout the year. I'm probably will be adding to it, but I'm not going to be necessarily heavy on options yet. We're waiting to see key metrics get reported on earnings. I'm going to fill you guys on what they are and what we're going to be looking for. But this is the theme that I'm really locked in on for the next 1, 2, 3 years until the robots drop. And last but not least, this is a little gem. This might be a future meme stock, Wall Street bet stock, the haters hating it, everybody who bought it early getting money. This one, I like it as a trade, but I don't necessarily like it as an investment. But when I was doing my research, it popped up, so I got to give it the honorable mention. UiPath, man. If you know anything about UiPath, you know anything about the market, Kathy Wood been talking about UiPath for years. It ain't did nothing. People thought she was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But now UiPath is tied into the agents. And what I'm looking at, what my research is telling me is if the AI agent wave heats up in corporate America, they're actually going to be one of the first companies to benefit, and they could reprice fast off of it. Like, if AI agents take off, they're beating guidance at random, stocks going crazy. Like, things would accelerate, growth could accelerate very fast. So that's the stock we want to watch to see if we can make like some fast, not short-term money, but medium-term money, because it's risky and kind of speculative, only because their role in the AI agent space, Pam doesn't think they can hold it down, believe it or not. We like ServiceNow because if we're right about these AI agents, they're going to be locked in. They're already locked in the businesses. They're not going anywhere. Microsoft's going to be locked in. Palantir is going to be locked in. All those companies are going to be here. But the thing that's tricky about UiPath is they're poised to get money fast off agents. But once agents go mainstream and like the regular finance YouTuber channels who like ain't about being early, like your Earn Your Leisures, your Wall Street Trappers, your Meet Kevins, your your Chris Sains, Tom Nashes, but Tom Nash do be early. I ain't dissing Tom Nash. But what I'm saying is the regular YouTubers who don't like to try and find stuff out this early, by the time they start talking about agents, believe it or not, that's when it could be winding up for UiPath, because they actually, what's the word I'm looking for? They're poised to get money early, but I don't know if they can keep control. So we're watching it and we might trade it. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, we got to talk about Salesforce. Salesforce is the wild card in this situation. It's weird because the agents could either send Salesforce to the moon or cause them to tank. Because the thing is, Salesforce is in control of like marketing agents, CRM agents, things like that. So theoretically, if the agent wave takes off, they should be getting money for all the marketing agents in business. But the catch is, you got companies like Service Now trying to do the same thing. And they've got the day-to-day task type of agents. So if people just go to Service Now over Salesforce, it's going to be a problem for Salesforce. But if people stay down with Salesforce, they could go to the moon. So we're actually watching that. But I just wanted to give you like an idea, a framework of the stuff we're going to be looking at. You know what I'm saying? As far as the trading, I'm going to be coming back with some live trading this time. I'm not doing the YOLO updates right now because I ain't got no stock to YOLO on and by leaps like that. Palantir, I still got the shares, but as far as the stock, it's stalling out. It's not giving me the kind of volatility I want to make 1,000% on the options like y'all saw me do. So right now, we just holding the shares and investing in the stocks. But once I get some free time, like I'm gonna start live trading with you guys from 9:30 to 11, so you can see my process, see what makes me take a trade, what makes me get in and out of a trade. Plus I'm gonna start doing these breakdowns, let you know why I buy things. We're gonna start doing chart breakdowns and let you guys know good levels to look at things, man. Because a lot of these traders out here, they tell y'all levels to buy and sell. And that's why they get caught scammers. Because if you're a real trader, there's no such thing as a level to buy or sell. There are levels that we should look for longs and shorts if we see certain criteria. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you in these next videos, you know, in these upcoming series, you know. I want to get y'all good on y'all fundamentals, good on y'all technicals, good on y'all macro, have y'all ahead of the game. Hopefully we can call the next Palantir 10 and ride the 200 again, just like we did with Oklo, Robinhood, all these stocks. But it's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments. I'm going to see y'all in the next video, man.